In this video, we're going to be reflecting on my 2022 painting journey. Granted, I know that we're in February now, but as per last year's video, it's a nice place to put a little bookmark. Here's to a new year, here's some new miniatures being painted, or that are yet to be painted. With that being said, if you want to see the full playlist of Joy Miniature Painting, link will be up there so you can start from the first video. So like last time, we're going to have a look at the videos that I've made and also the stuff that I worked on off camera as well. And what better way to start off this video than talking about that video. Episode 9 was my reflection of 2021, and in that year I painted a lot of miniatures on and off camera, so I'm going to be curious to see if we can beat that total in this video. It was cool to document that, try and remember what I'd done, compile it together, you know. Granted, I did tease a video that I was looking to make and I didn't commit to it, sadly. But I've still got the models. There's still the opportunity to maybe redo that video and then the models again. We'll see. With that being said though, in that video I painted my first miniature of 2022, kicking us off for the rest of the year. Episode 10 had a focus on character painting. I really enjoyed putting this one together just because it really showed my thought process, getting a vibe check with ideas for the miniature itself, to the basing, to then the final thing. I'm super pleased with how this video came out, and subsequently the miniature as well. Episode 11 we took a look at creature miniature painting, working on these two adorable fantasy mice, an assassin and a thief. Something that I've really tried to focus on throughout the year has been basing, of which I've often overlooked, and so I've really wanted to try and build my skills up in that area. Doing these miniatures, it was just the subtle little details that you can put on a base that can actually add a lot to the story, and it's something that I'm really going to take away into future miniature painting projects. Not only that, I had a go at zenithal highlighting, of which is a super useful technique and really lays down the foundation to which you can build up on in terms of creating highlights and shadows. A super basic technique that's really helped me think about my miniature painting in a slightly different way. In episode 12 we looked at batch painting, because we did kind of touch upon this in episode 4 where we painted up a squad of Blood Bowl orcs. In this video though I really wanted to show off a quick and easy way of painting stormtroopers, and also kind of unplanned we're showing problem solving techniques, just because one of the stormtroopers actually had a missing piece. This video probably included one of the most awkward things I've ever filmed. Overall, I was really happy with how the video turned out. It allowed me to share a little bit of my Star Wars knowledge, and not gonna lie, the minis were super simple to paint. Star Wars Legion miniatures are always a joy to do. In episode 13, we painted up a huge fire giant, focusing on setting the scene, and so I really focused on base work, once again trying to build up those skills, and thinking about the character's environment that they were standing in. So, to try and portray a big battle that they may be in, I threw a couple of skeletons in there, try not to over encumber the display, but have enough there to look as if he was in an epic battle of sorts. Utilising snow texture paint and weathering powder to really blend him into a frosty environment. This thing has a real shelf presence. In episode 14 we took a look at weathering techniques, taking an old whirlwind tank that I had from my childhood and I've always really wanted to give a decent paint job to, and well finally we managed to do that. Techniques that I showed in this were very sort of basic weathering techniques, but they're super effective, and well I think I might need to look into building upon these in future projects. In episode 15 we took a look at the historical, painting up some Tamiya World War II US infantry. This video was a challenge because I really wanted to handle the subject matter incredibly sensitively, and I feel like I managed to achieve that. In terms of modelling wise though, I really wanted to focus on basing and really set the scene in which these models were going to be standing in. I utilised a lot of techniques that I've showcased before, and actually taught me a lot about painting faces, because that's something I do often struggle with, and I feel like these models really helped me in the right direction in improving this skill. Overall, I was super pleased with how these models turned out. Finally, in episode 16, we had a look at a painting game that can really assist us if we're in a creative rut. Rolling the dice to choose the model, rolling the dice again to pick the colour that we're going to paint it, and rolling the dice again to choose the environment that we were going to put it in. I had a lot of fun editing that video together, but was the 17 model on camera count enough to beat last year's on camera count? Sadly not. But We still have time. We still have off-camera models, of which might push us over the edge. With that being said, let's get counting. Here are all the models that I painted off camera. A 3D printed Star Wars Massive, Rebel Laser Cannon Team, Iden Ercio and a droid, Cthulhu, a Death Corps of Krieg Squad, this Imperial Fist in Terminator armour, this AAT, of which I painted up in Separatist blue colour scheme for a dear friend at Sith Lord 229, Darth Maul and his probe droids, some pieces of terrain, a little wizard mouse, a samurai mouse, a king and queen mouse, Republic ATRT, Anakin Skywalker, Padme Amidala, a squad of ARC troopers, a ton of clones, a ton of battle droids, clone trooper on Bark Speeder, 4 droidicas, General Grievous, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Maul Shadow Collective, Black Sun Enforcers, Pike Syndicate, Mandalorian Darth Maul Loyalists, Rook Cast, a Norse Blood Bowl team, a Giant, 2 different versions of Yoda, Droids on Staps, Inferno Squad, Joseph Bugman, Count Dooku, 2 Mousy Archers, a Space Marine Mouse, and a Galactic Republic Saber Tank, of which brings my off-camera count to 140. Adding that with my on-camera count of 17, we just didn't quite beat last year. Sometimes it's about quality, not quantity. So that's my reflection of 2022, and here's to this year of miniature painting in 2023. I can't wait to get stuck in and work on my first project this year. So let me know if you have any suggestions. Thoughts and feedback is always appreciated, and I'll see you again very soon. Thanks for watching.